Good morning, YouTube and Facebook buddies. So I just wanted to show you my little setup I started here so I can have my bonsais ready to go week to week, and I can have them all sorted out leading up until the week. We had a nice week at the auction. Here's the Japanese black pines I'm always talking about. Love them. They're my absolute favorite. I found this one this morning down in my grow area. That's a beauty. I think I'll keep that one for myself. Those are the trees from this past week's auction. 5 trees. I think I ended up at about $115 total, plus shipping and handling. So that was a great week at the auction. I also sold a wooden stand. So the stand did well. I bought it for 15 and sold it for 30 plus shipping. But I think I may have approached the auction a little too aggressively this week. Kind of posted them all within the same couple of hours. And I did okay, but I think we could have maximized the profit. But overall, when it averages out, it did great. Starting to sort some of my Nana, my Japanese juniper. So I've neglected them over the summer, but I just repotted some, and after I sprayed them and fertilized them, they really greened up. I'm gonna also spray them with some orchard spray, because they do seem like they have some kind of a rust or something, and they came like that from the grower, which is messed up. But I got my hands on a bunch of them. I think I'll only be buying larger ones from now on, and I'll let these little guys grow up over time. Okay, there are some mugo pines I have going. I also kind of neglected these over the winter. Not as hardy as the Japanese black pine, but look at that little tree. That's a nice one. Let's get it here in the sunshine. It's gonna be so interesting. Some other things I've been working on is root over rock. So I've been collecting rocks. There's the jade. They're all looking nice. They're not going to be worth selling until they get big, but I'm just going to continue to propagate them. Here is kind of a little jade propagation area. I find when you try to just say propagate a paddle like this, usually it just kind of gets black and dies. If you're going to propagate jade, I suggest taking a good sized cutting, something like this that has some stem material, and just drop it right on top of the soil like that. Keep it somewhat dry, and that is not going to take long. So anyway, I worked on some root over rock. Here's some examples of the rocks I've been using. Here's a beautiful one right here. I mean, that is excellent. Shipping this would be really expensive, but I mean, if I'm going to have some personal showpieces in the nursery, or people are going to come visit and buy, then those are going to be sweet. Here's 3 more, JBPs. I might be leaving those in the 1 gallon container. We'll see. I ran out of training pots. Yeah, so, oh, look at this. All sorts of bugs here in North Carolina. I see new ones every day. Let's refocus. So yeah, making an unconventional income off of small trees here on the homestead. I find it's the most bang for your buck, especially I don't have an extremely large property, and it's not all functional as far as growing. But young trees, I think, are the way to really maximize all of your space. And these are long-term projects that develop over time into very, very good profits. So being that it's long term, you want to have a lot. And then in the short term, you can sell off things that are ready as they develop. You can sell bundles. I'm looking to get a new order of trees in here soon. I'm looking at about 100 mugo pines. And by the time they're ready, I will have sold most of this inventory. And next man up. So every month I'm going to try to get something new in, because eventually on my auctions, I want to offer, say, 6 different species every week. Also, I'm going to start offering bundles. Yeah, so the tree hustle is going great. Another thing I've thought about, I've been posting on Marketplace as well. Since it's free, you might as well maximize that and just mention that I am, I can ship trees. Although I've had a few inquiries, it said I had about 1,000 views of the ad. 8 people saved the ad. So, I mean, that's really popping. Then I have my game fowl page on Facebook, which I listed my phone number on there to text for hatching eggs, which I can ship nationwide. Also, I had a Craigslist ad basically explaining the same thing. A man who lives in the Philippines part-time just inquired about getting some eggs, having me send them to New York for him. So that's very cool. The baby chicks are starting to get a lot bigger. Okay, here's my little personal stand. I'm probably going to be selling some of these trees. They just didn't quite fit on the grow stand, so just a few more long-term projects I need to let develop. There's my brooder. Now this brooder works great for summertime and wintertime. I just added some mesh there so I can open it up during the day. It does have a heater in it, but at this point the heater is off, and they're just they're chilling out in there until my next batch of chicks are ready, and then I'm going to move these down into my downstairs area. But really seeing some great colors. Got some pure whites, some mixed white. This one was born with black wings, and now he's starting to turn black. We got that more common pattern. And we even have 1 or 2 that are starting to turn blue. They're kind of scared of me. But I keep getting inquiries about the birds, and that's kind of going to be key when I don't want to unload this inventory as quickly. It'll help me maximize value. I have 2 nice streams of income, the trees being much more consistent, but when it happens with the chickens, it's good money. So if I can incorporate a 3rd homestead hustle into this program, I think I could be full-time. I sold roughly $700 or $800 worth of trees this past month. So that was enough to cover the mortgage payment. And let's keep hustling. Big D out.